Hey everyone, it's been a while since I've done a video where I just address you, with my voice. And that's mostly because this takes time and I have to do multiple takes for this sort of thing. But I had an interesting idea for a video where I'm just going to show you what I do to save money in the model railroading hobby. And let me tell you, if you are not in this hobby, it is expensive. And if you are in this hobby, then you will know it is extremely expensive. Like locomotives, especially new locomotives, are extremely overpriced, and even used stuff like sometimes that's overpriced as well. But today I'm going to be showing you little shortcuts and ways to save money for, things that you really want, like a nice locomotive. And this is how I save money. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, you must be rich because you have all these nice locomotives." But what I do is I save money on the things that, don't require to be super nice, or, I look and think like, are you really getting a better value for money here? So the first thing I like to start off with is get used stuff. For example, this shell right here I got for 10 bucks at a hobby store, and it was a Texas Special shell, and someone had tried to brush paint it. They tried to brush paint white kind of down here, and it looked really bad. So what I did was I bought the shell, of course, and with some minor cleaning and sanding, I was able to get the surface really clean. And then I spray painted it, and I added all the graphics and weathering, and it looks pretty good. And this is an effect that is really easy to achieve, with cheap materials, and it really doesn't cost too much. So that's one thing. Always get things used. And another example of something used is accessories. Like, for example, this lamppost. I got this in a lot off of Facebook Marketplace for, I think, for like 9 boxes of three each of these. It was like 15 bucks. And you could get a box of three of these for 15 bucks today. So really just kind of look for those deals, and you'll find stuff that it's just a better deal overall. Even if it is older, it will still work fine. Then here's another thing, which is something I definitely recommend, and that is track. And this is used track, of course. And my entire layout has used track. It's MTH Real Tracks, which I actually got for free. My grandfather was kind of getting out of the hobby, and he had a lot of surplus tracks, so I actually ended up getting all that. But one thing I'd like to also state is you can go to train shows and people are just selling their track. Like they dismantled their layouts and they have all this track with some ballast stuck to it, but it'll work fine with some tweaks. And trust me, after a few hours of working with the track, it'll be almost good as new for a tiny fraction of the cost. Another thing would be rolling stock. And you don't have to get extreme scale rolling stock. What I have here is an 027 boxcar, which has been spray painted into a more realistic livery. I have probably 5 of these types of boxcars that were all in rainbow liveries with, cheap plastic with a few stamped on letters and stuff. But that didn't look too realistic. So what I did was I literally just went over it with brown spray paint and a little bit of black just to give it weathering, and it turned out really nice. So if you have a ton of 027 boxcars and you're not happy with their look, you can easily just disassemble them, spray paint them, put them back together, and you have a fleet of much more realistic looking boxcars. And that can be applied with anything else. Like I've done it with tank cars and gondolas and everything. The last thing I like to cover is spray painting. I have some spray paint here. This is kind of my formula. This can of spray paint you get for 4 bucks. You can get the Tamiya stuff, which is a little bit better, but it's way more expensive. And you're definitely getting a lot more bang for your buck with this. And then here, I would definitely recommend for colors that you can use more, like black, for example. Black is a very common color in liveries. And just things in general, you need to spray paint black. I definitely recommend getting some black spray paint. This is gloss black. You could get matte black. And I also recommend getting a matte clear or clear coat in the larger can sizes, because the larger cans, buying it in bulk, first of all, less waste with all the little cans. And second of all, it's a lot cheaper. So thanks for listening to this video, and I hope that you take a lot of these things into consideration to make your hobby a little less expensive and spend more money on the things that really do matter. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye!